Yes.
All right, everybody, we are on the air. Thanks for watching our podcast, Emerge Podcast. Cue the sound effect. All right, thank you. So anyway, we have the Dillard brothers here with us today. Daryl and Derek, they have just published their first novel, Corell Anderson and the Case of Mr. Book. It's totally awesome. It's an awesome idea. It's a great idea because you're specifically your filmographers, right?
Yes.
Original
Yes, we are. I mean, in a way, yes, we are. I mean, we did do a movie. Well, it was like a short, which is called Gunman, which is on YouTube now, so people can watch it and get a glimpse of what we've done, and what we're doing now. So.
Yeah. Could we display the address at the bottom of the window here later on, perhaps? So you have officially published it on YouTube?
Yes, we have. It's a Dillard Brothers universe. Oops. Hold on. James, you still there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the thing is working.
Okay, so it's on Dillard Brothers universe. It's pretty epic. Hold on, I don't know how to. Oh, I had to do chat. Okay, here we go. All right, this is first time for me, so I don't even. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. So
yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. I think it's just your video. There's a slight delay.
A lag. Yes.
Wherever Google's servers are enmeshed throughout the world.
Yes, it's unfortunate. But yeah, hold on. I'm going to do the chat for you guys right now. It's at Dillard Brothers Universe. On YouTube, and it's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I saw it last time we were in Bayville, New Jersey. Me and Chuck went down there to record a cipher with a bunch of you guys. I think it was the first time we met. Was it that time? I think was it the first trip to New Jersey or the second trip to New Jersey?
I think it was.
And then 2005.
Yeah, I think it was the first trip. Did you guys watch it? Yeah, because I think because Chuck was doing he needed a video to be done. And so so you don't remember that, Chuck?
Yeah, definitely. I remember we I don't know if it was the first or second time we went there, but we were doing the Kid Natural remix. Also, we were recording some music then.
Yeah,
and we got to watch. It. It was very good, by the way. So everybody should check it out.
Definitely check it out. So then that brings us up to Corell Anderson and the Case of Mr. Book. It is the first book in the series. So have you decided exactly where you are at in the series? Is there going to be a sequel? Is there going to be a prequel? And how did that all work? How did you figure out where it was going in the series of events in the Corell Anderson universe?
Yes, actually, it's a sequel and a prequel to Corell Anderson in the Case of Mr. Book. It's pretty much takes place, just to give you guys like a bit of a spoiler, takes place about hour and a half after the events of the first book.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't finish it yet. I did not finish the book yet, but I will. It's getting really, really exciting. The part on that is stuff's really starting to go down, and the plot's thickening, and our hero is being put to the test.
He really is. And also, and Gunman, real quick, I just want to let you know, Gunman takes place like thousands of years prior to it. So when you watch the movie, that took place years prior to what's going on now with Corell Anderson and actually in his book.
So yeah, how is that? What is the world in the Carson City, or is it like?
Well, prior to what you read in the book, like back when Gunman had started, because the Gunman was supposed to be our first in the series, and I did the movie first instead of that. But when that had happened, the world was already destroyed. It was reverted back to the Wild West. So the old ways of Wild West still had its technology a little bit, just kind of. And in the town there was that it's pretty much like a steampunk sort of feel for it, and you'll get a lot of that in the sequel of Corell Anderson, because hold on one second, sorry, I need to drink for a second. Yeah, but no, you get that feel for it because it's it goes back to Corell's first case. And but it also it goes back to Corell's first case, but it also it's a lot to it, to the universe itself. The sentient verse is vast, but what Corell has done in the process of what he's doing. When you read the book and if you finish it, you'll understand a little bit more. Like what he's done is made the universe even bigger,
So without giving away any critical details, can you give those of us who haven't read the book kind of a synopsis? Let us know who Corell is and what he's about.
Absolutely. 1 second.
While he's getting that, I have a question after that. So, but let's answer that question first. Good question, James Burgett.
It's really interesting. I'm looking forward to the end. I realize there's a sudden plot twist. Yeah.
If you guys really want to know who Corell Anderson is, he's pretty much, like I said, he's a you can read this on the back of the book, the synopsis, James. It's really my voice is a little. Sorry about that. My brother's voice is a little hoarse. Yeah, so it's a bit hoarse. So I'll read.
Stop yelling at all the screaming fans. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I wish we did have that.
Yeah,
right. By the love of the gods, please. All right, so Corell Anderson, in the case of Mission Book, presents a tale of a young homicide detective with a very unique ability to solve murders in unconventional ways, specifically as he hunts down a supernatural serial killer. How will our hero fare against such of a powerful foe? No matter how big or bad, whatever monsters are in our lives, which can take the form of anything, we should remember that we can be strong enough to defeat it. For every great hero, there is always an even greater villain.
Yes. I love the main character so much. It's just it's so well developed, and I just love, like, my favorite part. It's his surroundings, the world in his reality is just so, like, wonderfully illustrated. It's you'd have to read it.
Speaking of his world real quick. So speaking of his world real quick, his world is consisted of, okay, so you have light, like, it's always dark where he is. No matter what, where he lives is only one time out of the day, and this is just
out of the year.
One time out of the year, it's light and then it goes dark, but it's always dark.
Night. There's always night in the city, in Carson City,
because of what happened in the war. with
Prior, with Gunman,
and everything else. So everything all ties in kind of, and you guys will
get a load of it eventually one of these days.
Awesome. I had like I said, I had a question after that. You guys were on our radio show, and just real quick, I asked a question, the Correll Anderson, if it was somebody that you knew in a neighborhood or something that you got the name from, and you had said no. But I wanted to do a follow-up question to that. I read once that Walt Disney, one of the reasons why so many Disney movies have a parent or a guardian that passes away when a kid or a character is at a young age, is because when Walt Disney got his first millions, he actually bought his parents a home, and there was a gas leak there, and his mother died. So he always felt responsible for that, and that kind of shaped the way that he wrote his Disney stories. So my question is, although that is a made-up name, when you're writing the characters in this book and in the series and your movie, are you drawing from individuals that throughout the course of your lifetime and making them a character without using their name, but oh hey, there's little Bobby from the block and he reminds me kind of this character, or Sarah Lee down the street, no one does it better, just like this character, you know what I mean? Are you drawing from everyday experiences like Walt Disney did with his films?
To be honest with you, no, I'm not. It's pretty much what it is, and how these characters are. They're
portrayed.
No, but their genetic makeup, their minds, the way they think, the way they walk, the way they talk is not about any person living or dead. It's pretty much just that, they're their own
entity.
Right. And they walk their own paths. They make their own decisions technically. Well, kind of, but they don't, but the truth is no. I mean, no, we never thought to that extent to base really any of the characters off of anybody that we've actually, that we have encountered in our lives.
Which I think is a testament to your skills as a writer, because musically, when I write songs, the inspirations that I use to write those songs are things that are near me or that I know about or that I see or that I observe, throughout the course of my days. So the fact that you're taking this universe and just making it, like you said, their own entities is really just a testament to your skill as a writer when you don't have that seed that's already been planted through the course of your life to write and to draw on when things get tough, if you end up with writer's block or something, So I just wanted to applaud you.
Thank you
for writing a book without using, and listen, there's nothing wrong for writers that are watching this show today or that are hearing you talk on other platforms. There's nothing wrong with being inspired by pieces of information that's around you or people around you or things. But the fact that you can just totally just write these fictional characters in this fictional universe and not draw that from your little neighbor across the street or your cousin, or, it is really, like I said, is just really something to marvel at. And I think you guys deserve to pat yourself on the back. That's a really good talent to have.
Thank you so much, Chuck. Thank you.
Well, it took us a long while to get to that point. It's not something that you can. It just happens overnight. I mean, in some cases, it does. But for us, it took us a little bit, and we had to really think and decide how we're going to maneuver and make a universe that we can be proud of and that we think that the people will be proud of.
If I may ask one more before you guys, in case the Jameses have another question, but when you guys sit down to design this universe, and you have this blank piece of paper in front of you, or the computer, or whatever the technique may be. Do you do like the little bubble things, like, okay, we have a town, let's we need this kind of person, we need it, like, you know, the brainstorm bubbles that I'm talking about? And it doesn't have to be the bubbles per se, but do you use that kind of method where you're kind of like just mapping out?
Well, let me be honest with you. No, I just I sit down and I go to work. I mean, it's a little bit more delicate than that, because me and him like kind of converse about things. We come up with ideas together. You know, we brainstorm a little bit, kind of think like, all right, so somebody did this, let's go here. Somebody did that, let's try that. Right. You know, because a lot of things in our stories, like, you know, one thing that, you know, that me and Daryl will never ever tolerate is, one thing is that, like, you know, like when it comes to a person's sexuality or a person's gender or their role in these stories, like,
exactly,
you know, it will never be.
And if somebody like has something bad to say about it, or how we present it, like you know, a person's a person. They're sentient. They choose, and that's our universe, the sentient verse. They choose what they want to be, and they have every right to do that. So,
and that's how we look at our characters. They have every right to choose who they want to love, who they how they want to be, how they fight, and ultimately the end of whatever their journey comes to. So, you know, I mean, one thing is that, like, you know, when people or readers do read this, you know, no matter whatever, you know, type of, like I said, relation, was it a sex, race, nor creed, or anything of that nature, it doesn't really exist in our universe, because there's no place for it. Everyone's sentient. Yeah, everyone has their own decisions to make, and, you know, it is what it is. And you know, how we write it is how we write it.
So there's got to be some kind of element here that I was wondering about myself reading it. What I had said, you know, we had been discussing this, and like, you know, that's kind of interesting because, you know, one of the things I've been thinking about in my life lately is, you know, when you look back into the past, and you know, you're thinking like, you know, when was that like critical moment that something changed that would sort of kind of change the way things panned out in the future? You know, like that kind of, that specific event that caused a consequence, like, you know, for example, your main character, he can actually synthesize that kind of thing. It's pretty interesting. And, you know, being your main character that you developed, and, you know, the whole book is centered around, you know, his surroundings, and, you know, and his thoughts, his conversations regarding the case, other people that, you know, he's with at the moment when that kind of split occurs. How is your like, as far as your character, what's it like? What's his relationship like? Kind of like, you know, spiritually. What he's on a mission, like a mercenary of justice. That's his mission, and you know, what's it like? What's it like for the character to be in the kind of the center of all of that?
Well, what we take from it basically is that Corell Anderson has a purpose. Everyone has a purpose. It doesn't matter who you are, what you are, where you are. Everyone has a purpose. Everyone has, you know, a job to do. And his job right now was to save the world and stop, you know, the evildoer. But besides that, his love and his compassion that he has for his wife in the story, you know, plays a big part. His integrity also plays a big part. He knows what's right and he knows what's wrong. And he's not like the type of guy that's going to sit there and see something and not say, say something about it or do something about it. And it doesn't matter what the situation would be. That's what Carell Anderson is. He's the guy that, you can look to and say, hey, I need your help. And you know what? He's right there. So, like, where he is spiritually, it's kind of hard to explain in that situation a little bit spiritually. I know where he is physically. I know where he is mentally. I know where he is. But spiritually, it's tough because there's a lot of things that conform what our universe is all about, especially spiritually.
Sure. Yeah, that's okay. It's like something that's there or it's not, But
yeah, I'm just saying,
I understand.
It's not the fact that he's not spiritual. It's just that he knows what's right and he knows what's wrong and he knows what he needs to do.
It's to act.
Yeah,
when he has to act.
Yeah. Well, he's really phenomenal. Like, really great character. I just can't, believe it. It's just so. Yeah, it just it really paints a picture.
Well, can I ask
Amazing.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
The other James, I know you had a question too, so I really wanted to hear from you and see what you thought too. Also, I'm sorry, James, but I just want to see what he had to say because I remember he was trying to say something before.
Oh, good. I was just going to say, so we've heard about the book. Why don't we hear a little bit about you two and what you're about, hear about kind of your creative process and what does kind of inspire you?
Oh, yeah, that's easy, man. Born in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. We came here when we were younger, a lot, babies, and we were put up for adoption. We got adopted into the United States system and everything like that. Our father was American. Oh no, father was Canadian. Our mother was American, and so we had dual citizenship. And we were luckily enough to be adopted by the Dillard family, and they gave us the best life that anyone could possibly ever imagine. Technically, just warmth.
That's amazing. I'm glad to hear that.
That is actually an amazing. I didn't know that backstory. That is amazing. That's like your fairy tale ending.
Parents are good.
Okay, but like I'm pretty sure a lot of us have that issue right now.
Yeah,
which we're trying to work out.
Yeah,
but
we'll get over that hump eventually one of these days.
Yeah. But I had braids, we had long hair, but it was the most beautiful thing because our prom was like my mother, God rest her soul, the most beautiful woman I've ever
seen in my entire life,
and just her spirit itself was angelic, and the way she raised us, the way she nurtured us, and everything else, the way she told us how to be, and men, like men, like act like men, and because what are you gonna be? What are you if not a man? You're nothing. So be a man. And she taught us that tremendously. But like she had bought us our own custom made suits, literally for the prom.
Excuse me, I'll be right back.
Literally custom made suits. It was amazing. We had gotten a limo. We had our dates. It was probably one of the most beautiful things we ever had. And that happened not just our junior year, but also our senior year. So there's a lot of that had happened with them. And my father was a truck driver. He built his company off of truck driving. He loved truck driving. And so what I decided to do before he passed back in April, that just passed this year, I decided to get my CDL, for him. So and he loved that, and and that was the one thing that we definitely had in common. I mean, he didn't really. He got like how me and Derek loved the movies, how he loved writing, stuff like that. He didn't really because he was a man's man. He was born back in 1939. Actually, I'm sorry, 1929. And God bless him. You know what I mean? And he fought his way, all the way till April, and he was an amazing man. And but I wanted to do something special for him when I got my CDL, and I worked hard to get that for him, and it was just nice, like waking up, going to work, coming back, and telling about my day.
Yeah. My mom passed back in February, so I totally relate. Losing a parent is one of the hardest things that anyone can experience.
God bless you, and I'm so sorry.
Three. It's like
God bless you.
Yeah, and God bless you, man. God bless
Four
you.
of us, actually.
God bless you too. I'm so sorry.
Good parents. I joke around sometimes with my mom that was under the extended service plan because of all the stuff they went through, putting me through college.
Right? Yeah.
But but ultimately in the end, I mean, even with our biological mother, Johnny May, that was her name.
She was amazing.
Yeah, I can't even express how my.
Okay, your guys' screen is froze right now. At the moment.
Yeah, I think they're froze at the moment.
Yeah,
we'll wait till we get them back there.
You're back.
They're back.
All right. So yeah, no. What I'm saying is, with our mother, Johnny May, our biological mother, she was she was an amazing woman, and and me and Daryl give her credit for having the guts to
We think we dropped signal.
get her, and we visit her on holidays, and we lost her at a young age because of certain complications that have arisen. But I mean, I would never take back any moment that I did not share with her, and on top of that, the reason why me and Daryl got involved with movies in general is because Mary and Marshall Dillard always let Derek and Daryl do whatever they wanted. Technically, for the most part.
Well, especially when it comes to movies. Hold on, I think he has a question.
Yeah. Here's the question.
James?
Other James?
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I'm listening.
But Mary Marshall Dillard, because they're hardcore Christians. That's what they were. Definitely hardcore Christians, man.
We're born in a Bible Belt. If we got raised in the Bible Belt, it'd be a different story.
I know that way. But the thing is that they were hardcore Christians, and some movies we weren't allowed to watch, and we wanted to watch them, we couldn't. But we had family members that would allow us to watch R-rated films when we were kids,
like Leprechaun. Who didn't love Leprechaun? The first one, with
Warwick Davis.
Yeah, Warwick Davis and Jennifer Aniston. Tell me you guys have never seen that.
I'm Irish, so.
Dude, let me tell you, I was at my brother's house when we watched this.
Yeah.
In Winteringham Village. His name is Marshall Dillard Jr. and his late wife Cheryl. And after watching it at being 9 or 10 years old, like, you know, you're gonna wake up in the middle of the night sweating and having nightmares about Warwick Davis and his weird looking face.
Well, I have a question for you guys. I know you started off in the film industry, and then you went to the book. Do you have any intentions of bringing these books to life through movies at some point?
If it happens, it happens.
I mean, technically, right now it's not up to us, and this is the one thing that someone really special told me. If Hollywood, if you have to go knocking on Hollywood's door to get something done, that's not the way to go about it. They should be knocking on yours. So it's better off to wait and see how it all's going to play out.
Well, I think I understand that point, but I also see the other side of the coin as well. I think that it's important, with that said, not to stop networking and marketing yourselves, and which you guys are doing good. I mean, you've been on our radio show. Now you're on our podcast. You're going on another podcast, and the multimedia stuff seems to be opening up for you. So you know, I think it's a happy balance, is what I'm saying. If you were to write a book, which you have, and you're going to wait for Hollywood to call you for the movie rights, realistically, that'll probably never happen. You know, now with your book being, you have your billboard, you have that team behind you that's marketing it. And then if Hollywood comes across it, then I understand what they're saying. You know, okay, well, we found out about this avenue, but they would not have found out about it unless you were doing that networking. So it is a gray area, and it's a give and take. So I agree with what your good friend said. Like, if you have a good product, they're going to come for you. But you could have the best product in the world if you sit it. One of the things is, I have a friend named Jingles, a good friend of James Burgett, not mine. And I think he's the best recording artist in the merge. He lives in Detroit, Michigan now, or somewhere in Michigan. And the thing that drives me nuts about the kid is that he records all this music, but does nothing with it. Like, he doesn't put it on social media. He doesn't. Not that I'm a big fan of that, but I mean, he doesn't even do open mics. He doesn't do shows. He just sits on these songs. So I want to be a famous rapper. They'll find me someday. Well, you could have the best material in the world. I admit that you're a better recording artist than I am, but you're not doing any. I'm approachable. Like, people see me because I go out and I do these shows, you know? So just make sure you don't get complacent or fall in that trap where you're just like, oh, they'll come to us someday, because
No. Trust me. No, that's not our intention. Right now, I'm not focused on Hollywood. Right now, I'm focused on my books.
Yeah, absolutely.
Books out there. That's our goal. That's getting our universe out there in a way that we can get it out. If it happens, it happens. I'm all for it.
Well, I got to tell you what I'm seeing too. What I'm seeing too, as a spinoff of your books, not so much the Hollywood area, but the graphic novels. Like, you hit the teen market, you know what I mean? And you have the action, like the comic books that are thick. Like, I could see you guys spinning off in that direction. And I'm not taking anything away from your artistic ability as a writer, but I'm saying, in addition to that, like side stories and stuff like that, where you don't want to write a whole book. I'm not sure if you guys are artists or not, and maybe I'm inspired by that giant poster behind you. But like, if you have somebody that's really good at illustrations with your writing ability, you could easily do a spin-off of those books. You know what I mean? And that's another avenue stream there for you.
Yeah. No, not much of an
definitely
artist.
Not an artist at all. The artist that I know is creating and writing. So other than that, like, I wish I could have the articulability, the ability to create something great like that.
Right.
But you have the words, so you could easily find, with the amount of people that you know. Listen, you're in New Jersey. New Jersey is like a cesspool of talent. There is you could literally walk out your front door and there could be 50 artists just standing on the sidewalk. You know, like, it's not like in Pennsylvania where I'm at and where James Burgett grew up and where James Smith lives. Like, we have to go and search and knock on doors to find stuff like that. But you guys literally, I remember when I came back to New Jersey one time, I walked around my block and 10 people said hello to me. I don't even think I see 10 people on my farm every day. So it's just, you have that ability. If you put on Facebook, hey, I'm looking for an artist, bam, you're good.
You're pretty much in no man's land, right? So
but it's good for the writing process, though.
Yeah, it is.
Quick question for you. Where can we get this book? Where is it available at?
You can get it on Amazon.com. BarnesandNoble.com. You can Google Play.
We'll put a link down below in our video and link the book as well.
Yeah. I guess it's about that time we start wrapping it up. I think it's getting close to 30 minutes.
Okay.
It was awesome to see you guys. Definitely, if you're interested in seeing more, check us out on WDCV, Voice of Dickinson College. It's capital C. It's Chuck's radio show.
I'm famous.
And you guys got another one coming up. So congratulations.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Hey, I got a request before you go. If you do go to Hollywood, James, the two Jameses and I would like to do just one soundtrack in the movie. We would like to record one. That's my only request.
Dillard brothers are on board. Yes.
All right. Thank you. You heard it here first.
Dillard brothers are on board.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we got
thank you guys.
Awesome.
Maybe Justice too. You got to bring Justice on the track.
Yeah, she's a rap star.
Actually, if you want to see her, she's right here.
All right. Come on.
Come on.
This reminds me of my first podcast. We seen James's fiance and my fiance. Now we're seeing his fiance.
You want to do it?
Come on.
Nah,
just say hi. You all you have to do is say hi.
She's got stage fright.
You want to say hi.
She's camera shy right now.
She's camera shy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, gentlemen, we got to do this again sometime.
Oh, yes. No, most definitely. And please do look forward to Carl Anderson in the Case of the Blackwater Mist, which will be out in a couple months. And on top of that, we'll be putting up a couple of billboards in different states coming soon, especially in Pennsylvania as well, because that's where our publishing house is out of. So out of Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Are they out of Philly or where are they out of?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, the other side. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in Carlisle, we're in the middle of Philly and Pittsburgh. We're like dead center, so we're by Harrisburg.
You know what? We'll definitely just put up a billboard.
And we also have another book coming out around Christmas time, so
look forward to that.
You're banging them out all in the same series.
Yes. They all have something to do with it, but like
the Christmas one doesn't have anything to do with Carl Anderson to a certain extent. It's just a Christmas novel,
that we're doing.
And you got then you got Carl Anderson, the Case of the Blackwater Mist, which will continue the series, and we hope you guys enjoy it. Definitely.
All right, awesome.
Oh,
thank you very much.
Real quick,
Wait. Yeah,
I wrote the most badass women's fight scene in the second book that you guys will love. Just so you know, ever.
I'm there.
Ever. So
it's pretty
so
cool.
Just so you know, it took me a while to do it, but it's so badass. So but
sounds good.
All right, everybody. Thanks for checking us out. I really appreciate your time. All right.
Bye, Mom. Bye.
Okay. I'll see y'all.
All right. See you soon. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks.